I'll give you a quick message today out of a new cycle going into the 90-day run, going to Summit. I think a very important message. I want to talk to you this morning about really how to get this done, why to get it done. I want to talk about the oysters and the pearls in the oysters to give you an example of how I believe you can maximize the process of duplicating the system that create massive action with massive results and massive growth. Number one, I gave you a bucket of oysters and told you I had 100 oysters in this bucket. And out of those 100 oysters, I have a bunch of pearls that I know are inside the oysters. How would you go through the bucket to find the pearl? I'm gonna give you 4 things you'll need to go through the bucket properly. Number one, go through the bucket. You need to have a big enough why, a reason why you're gonna go through that bucket of oysters. The reason for that is because you may not like oysters. You may think oysters are nasty, you may think the bucket is nasty, you may think it's hard to open a pearl, open the oyster to get a pearl. You find all kind of reasons, right? So you gotta get a big enough why, even if you didn't like oysters, didn't like going through a bucket, something that will make you, inspire you to go through the bucket. So you gotta have a big enough why. So that's number one. Number two is that you have to have attitude, an attitude of how you're gonna go through the bucket. If you go through the bucket with a bad attitude, there's a chance that with a bad attitude, you can miss a lot of things because your attitude. I don't want to open all the oysters. I want to skip a few because I don't believe that this one might have a pearl in it. You'll miss something. You gotta have a proper attitude. Number three is you gotta have a way that you may be able to open an oyster to get a pearl. You gotta have a way. Whether it's a hammer, whether it's a rock, whether it's a knife, whether it's a gun, there's some way you can break open an oyster to see there's a pearl inside the oyster. You gotta have a way. That's when you get to the peak, pass, and plug, when you're going through a sorting process of people to build a massive business with massive duplication with a massive system. So you gotta have a way. So you got the why, you got the attitude, now you got the way. The next thing you're gonna have is this. You gotta take action, guys. If I had 4 birds sitting on the fence, and 3 of the 4 birds made a decision to fly off the fence, how many birds do I have left? 4. Because 3 just made a decision, they didn't take action. You gotta take action. You gotta go get the bucket, start going through the bucket, start cracking oysters, and start looking for pearls. I guarantee you this, in that bucket, you'll find a pearl. But you got to take action. Then it's Saturday, it's a brand new cycle, it's a brand new start, it's a brand new day, right? You have the way to increase your pay. Dr. Jerry Brown, let's get started today. It's on, folks. That's right, it's on.